Hi, I'm Sam Smyth from Smyth Imported Car Service. This is a Bentley Continental GTC, C standing for convertible, 2013, once again. This is my daily driver. We just watched a video on YouTube. We hope to get some YouTube videos up where a guy just seemed to be knocking the car, but he didn't know anything about the car, how to maintain them or anything, so really didn't do the cars justice. And it was one of the first generations, so I understand some of the first generations had some issues, but not really big issues. And like all luxury thoroughbred cars, they require how to handle them properly, not let's just get at them and go like we just bought a pickup truck that's ready for work duty. These machines will do exactly what you want. They'll do the speeds. This car is known as the fastest production car, 2013, with the top speed of 205 miles an hour. Let's see, what else can I tell you? Very reliable, very reliable, no problems. When cleaning the automobile, you want to keep away from blasting it. You can't run hand-built cars through car washes. They just can't accept all the water. You'll get lights and glitches and problems that'll throw up. And you don't want to high pressure at the glass or the roof in a convertible, and even the coupes. So if you think like that and you really take care of it, then you keep the paint waxed, as you can see we do here. And of course mine sits out too. It's put away, it's put to bed in the wintertime for sure. That's only because I don't have a garage. Most of the time it would be out until any car wouldn't want out. They'd be putting the beet juice down and then putting salt down. And then I would be back into my truck. So I walk right up to the car, it immediately opens like a new late model car. Excuse the mess. Some old Bentley catalogs. We were at a show in Tennessee, and it's gonna need a good vacuum and a wipe down of some of the dust. Now let's see. When you open the door, this is what you're gonna see. When you close the door, you just pull it, and if you hear that just auto close. But you know, if you don't know that, you just get in and start slamming it, then your auto close won't work. Your cup holders are up in front here of the armrest. That's where the earlier models were behind. Your seats you have for heat and cool, which is really nice. The seats massage you. There's a lot of information. A lot of people like buttons and gadgets and stuff. This car does have 2 batteries. You have a lot of electronics. Of course, it is designed to keep you safe at 205 miles an hour. Not that anybody's going to be doing that, but, you know, the acceleration process and the smoothness of up to highway speeds, just wonderful. Or if you get in a bad area, you need to get away from construction or people or issues, you've got the power to do so. And then you also have the braking power to stop within those areas as quickly as you can take off. So, all your cruise controls on the left-hand side, very simple. On and off switch, cancel, set, and then you just hit the buttons up or down, and it'll take the speeds up. You have a typical tachometer, temperature gauge, fuel gauge, and of course, miles per hour. And this is going to be your entertainment system, in which you can also control the leveling system, the ride control on it. It has airbag suspension. So you can do whatever you want. And then you have your climate control, which you can control just any way you want as well. You can just put it on auto and be done with it. They're really keen on their air conditioning. They take pride in it that you can drive it all the way to Phoenix, Arizona and only be off a degree or two, and then take it all the way to Anchorage, Alaska, and only be off a degree or two, if that. Nice pricey little clock like they do watches. This one has the really nice gas and pedal. This is a Motorcar car. It has a lot of features, a lot of brake chrome, a lot of packages. So with that being said, we're going to go ahead and start the car. You have to put your foot on the brake. There's a start and stop button right here. And then there's also a key here. Should you let your batteries get down, or they get down because you didn't use your charger and you let it sit for 3 or 4 weeks, or you purchased the car, let it sit for 3 or 4 weeks, didn't know, you turn the key to the left and then back, and then it should start for you. Other than that, you should be able to just put your foot on a button, on the brake pedal, sorry, hit the button like I did, and it just fire right up. Now, I am due for my service. There's your service now. So this is the idle speed of what the car usually hangs out at when it first starts cold. As you can see, I have 33,391. I set mine for low periods of oil changes. There's the center console as it comes up, and the radio station's already on. And then you just give it a second and everything's there for you. And then in the glove box, you also have if you still have DVDs or CDs, use those, you have that, brother. And then you can Bluetooth off your phone. That shows the lights are on outside. Right here with this one notch, it shows that you're on auto, so you don't even have to fool with your lights. On the left-hand side of your door, for your convenience, is nice. A trunk button, a locking gas cap button. You just hit it, and it just barely pops up, and then you just go around to the right-hand rear of the car and just lift it up and fill it that way. After you put the car in gear, it'll lock the car, so you have to unlock it. Turn this down. I usually keep the volume thing straight up, and then I'll use this. If I want something to wear out, this is very reasonable. You can press on it any way you want, this and that. Knobs and things as they get older or even newer, they're very lightly done. You got to be careful with them. And so why not use the things that, you can, I would say you can't really manhandle it, but you can just press it up and down and not really worry about it one way or the other. Here's the range, which I like. It comes up with gas. I recommend to any Bentley owners. Fuel pumps are expensive. Obviously, this car was $400,000 plus new. So if you want to keep a good fuel pump and not have to spend, they're not going to be a couple $100 like some Toyota. They're going to be in a few $1,000s. And if you want to keep those fuel pumps good forever, don't let it get low on gas. When it says 140 in mileage, fill it up. Now, there was another person on YouTube that put it in reverse. It beeps and tones, shows you back up here, and then if you're too close to anything, that goes off. So, and then, your standard saying. But this is for your nav, your map, media, band, tone, guide. Car, it'll tell you things like tire pressure if you want to jump right to it. Things like that. But remember, now with the sophistication, like I said, this has 2 batteries in it. Anything wrong with one of these, it's going to throw it up. Just like it shows the little wrench here and it says, okay, time to take it into the shop, time to get your oil changed, time to get, it depends on what service you're on. Some services are very reasonable. It's just oil changes, you're in and you're out, you turn the wrench off, goodbye. Some services are more. You come in, you scan the car, you maybe put batteries in the car, air filters, cabin air filters, so on and so forth. It just depends on what the car needs at the time, what's been serviced on it, what hasn't been serviced on it. What else can I tell you? Tires, they have tread. Most tires people drive with, they have tread wear of 600 and 700. But, you're going to be driving Hyundais, and you're going to be driving Lincolns, and you're going to be driving other Hondas, and, and even trucks have a lot more tread wear. The Bentleys, though, however, they're a high-performance tire for high-speed driving. The tire's rated for 186 miles an hour and up. It's a Pirelli P0. So they don't want you to fool around with tires. They want you to change them out pretty good. So if you start getting balancing problems, issuing problems, or your Bentley doesn't feel smooth like glass, well then you might want to go ahead and change out your tires, because it only has a 220 tread wear. So that's kind of like every 3 years, whether it needs it or not. You know, sitting too, because it's not like a Michelin. Now, you know, people talk about, oh, you must be an arrogant, pompous person because you drive a Bentley or this or that, or people look at you differently. No, look, I drive a Chevy. I got a Honda Gullwing. You know, I mean, we're just, you know, whether it's, I also have Fords, and everybody I know who has Chevy, Fords, Hondas, Toyotas, they all like my car. They all love my car. They're not, you know, making rude comments behind my back or things I have to worry about, or I can't drive this car because, you know, it costs so much. No. That's just not true. Oh, well, now, I can say this. In some places, it is true for people, but, you know, like anything, you can find whatever you want. You know, you go live in an area that's going to bring you problems, then you're most likely going to have problems. You know, you live in a better area, you're going to have less problems. You know, it just is what it is in life. You know, you just be kind to people no matter who they are, what they have, what they don't have. You help people in life, and no matter what you drive, in return, they will treat you with respect. You and what you have in your family, you know, if you have pets, anything. So anyway, my name's Sam Smyth from Smyth Imports, and this is a Continental Bentley GTC, and it's driven daily. And since I've purchased it, I have no lights on, no warning lights, no issues, no problems, no goofiness, no starting problems, no dinging bells, no lights sticking on everywhere, no nothing. Everything just works as it should, and no worries whatsoever. Now, as far as these guys that want to disrespect the product, well, that's them. Take them for a grain of salt, you know. Guys selling Jeeps, nothing against Jeeps, had many Wranglers, but, you know, he's up in the winter place. I watched him on YouTube. To me, it was a perfect, you know, I could make a few comments, but I'm just not going to, you know. We're going to keep this polite and real and nice. So anyway, please feel free to buy a Bentley. The only thing we recommend, like for any car, I don't really care what it is have the car checked out first. Then once you know what's wrong, then have all those things fixed first. Just don't get in a car and do things backwards, like some backwards car dealer that would decides he's going to tell the manufacturer how he should do it and how the car should be maintained. No, it doesn't work that way. You follow factory maintenance schedules. You make sure those things are done. Then you drive and operate your motor car. You don't do it after the fact. And if you don't know anything about it, and it doesn't come with service orders, and you have the car all checked ahead of time, so you know what you're buying. But if you get one of these and you get in them and they have no lights on, you can see everything's like new, from wheels to tires to brakes, and the people can show you receipts or show you the parts themselves, then go ahead, buy the car. You have no problem. You know, save money. We always recommend that people, you know, save money for service. Obviously, you know, the sub models and the smaller models that the government like to have, the government like to all have us in, you know, Volkswagen Golfs and pay $8 a liter for gas. But we're the United States, and we're not going to let the government control us that much, at least hopefully. So anyway, you might want to consider, you know, having everything, like I said, checked once first. And when you keep it up, then you'll be real happy with your gas and your mileage on your car too. I mean, there was some demonstration of the low mileage on the car. Well, you have a W12 engine in it, and it's designed for, you know, 180 to 200 plus, or like this car rated at 205 miles per hour, and it's an automatic and convertible with paddle shifts. So, or you can put it in sport mode down here, and it'll raise RPMs and shift for you good, without having to worry about synchronization with the paddle shifts. Yeah, you're gonna use more gas. So don't talk about gas mileage when you're buying a racing car or you're buying a hybrid or you're buying a supercar. That's ridiculous. You know, I mean, the people that are going to be interested in this car aren't going to be worried about gas. That's for sure. They're going to be worried about how's the condition of the car and how is it kept and how is it now. And so I can keep, you know, I don't mind paying the price, but I don't want to be in and out of the shop every day. And if you don't want to be in and out of the shop every day, you take these things to people who know what they're doing, you have them serviced correctly, and you're going to find these cars are actually cheaper to maintain than your high-end Mercedes and your high-end BMWs. There's the left turn signal. See, it's located in the tachometer there. You can hear just how quiet this 12 is. I mean, it's outstanding. We've had these cars come in our garage with 200,000+ miles. Nothing's been ripped apart on them. Everything's been working just fine. No issues whatsoever, other than it's had several sets of tires, several sets of oil changes, air cleaners, air filters, you know, been maintained, you know, and that's it. That's all you got to do. So I hope this video has enlightened you that, you know, a Bentley's really a superior car. You get your money's worth. And that, you know, you're going to drive it longer too. It's not going to be, you know, a Tesla. You buy it, it's a throwaway car. It goes down in value 50% the minute you drive it in most cases. But really, nobody really wants a used Tesla. I don't even see used Teslas. And, you know, then you got to worry about a charging station. So you go to Florida. We drove this down to Tennessee, no problem. Just put it on cruise, gone. See you, bye. And, you know, with the Tesla, I got to make another trip to all the charging stations. So, I mean, you know, if that's the world you want to be in, I suggest you do your homework. They're not environmentally friendly as everybody thinks. And that's not just Tesla. That's just electric motors, period. And the batteries you have to worry about. And the places people take these batteries and everything. You know, you just pray and hope that, you know, these things are not thrown in the ocean and not thrown in lakes. These batteries and this and that over time. Those cars should all be jerked off the road and go back to the combustion engine. We're not back when Fernando Porsche was around and, you know, they did the EV car, they did all electric, nobody wanted it. So, you know, if you think you're, you know, maybe trucks, inner city and things like that, great. Hybrid, great. But full electric, I just can't see it. You're putting a strain on the whole world with energy. I mean, the funny thing is California says, oh, get everything electric. And then they tell you, oh, you can't take that out right now, or you can't charge it right now because we can't support it. Or you know, you can't run your air conditioners and you can't run your heaters or you can't do anything because, you know, there's not enough power in our power grid. Now, that makes a lot of sense. So, anyway, stick with the combustion engine. You'll be just fine. There's plenty of them out there that get good gas mileage, and you don't have to put an extra charging station at your house, wire it in, hope you got a good electrician, they did it right, and, you know, or plug into something, then you create a problem at your house or your business or whatever, or go and look for these charging stations. That's really, really backwards, but, you know, whatever floats your boat. You know, I'm not here to tell you what to do or what not to do. I just tell you, my son did a report on an EV, and when he came back, the results were just shocking of how environmentally friendly it isn't. You know, if you get a hit in that thing, they take it and they put it in this room. It's called like a burn box, and they put it in there and they leave it in there for, I don't know, so many hours, I heard. Now, I don't know if there's truth to this story. And if they open it up and your Tesla's still there, they build it for you and fix it. If it's not and it's burned down and melted, oh well, there you go. You just get a new car, I guess. I don't know. I don't even know why insurance companies insure them. But whatever. So if you have any information, you have any car needs, you want to know the true stories about cars without made-up gimmicks and all this stuff, well, give me a call. I'm Sam Smyth. I'm Smyth Imported Car Service. Make appointments, stop by. Love to chat with you, show you something. But, you know, we're not here to knock any manufacturer. I know it was a little hard there in Tesla. Hey, I think it was a great thing. The guy's rich now. He's a billionaire. You know, I understood that, you know, he wanted to deal with just the SpaceX station thing, not really do the cars, but he's still doing the cars. I'm sure in his case, the government would say, well, we gave you a bunch of money. If you try and get out, you have to pay us back. So, you know, it's kind of one of those catch-22s. You're damned if you do and damned if you don't. Excuse my French, you know, and you can't really get out of it. So, but whatever. If you get a Bentley or a Rolls-Royce, please feel free to come see us. Please make an appointment. It's my son and I. And don't get me wrong, we work on everything. We don't work on the Teslas though, but we do work on hybrids, and we're authorized for Bentley hybrids, and we have the charging machine in there for it as well to keep those batteries up so we can service it correctly. So anyway, keep us in mind. I know it's been a long video. I hope you enjoyed it as much as we have making it, and we'll try and get some of these fancy, well, I wouldn't call them fancy, but, you know, a better camera other than just a cell phone, and try and get some new YouTubes up. I haven't done those in a while and used to get a lot of hits because we just tell it like it is and show it like it is, and we don't pull any punches. We just, you know, if this is what you want to own, this is it, and this is what you should do, and this is what we would do. And of course, we are a classic car, vintage car company as well, that we like to restore automobiles. So it's a great world we're in. And it's open for anyone for advancement to get anywhere. Doesn't matter who you are, where you came from. So let's try and all work together and not, you know, knock a product just because we don't own it, we don't understand it, we've never even read a book on it, we didn't even read the owner's manual on it. We're already got a YouTube video up, you know, knocking the car and showing problems and issues. Thank you.